And welcome to day 5 of week 3 of training cycle 2 of 2021. Woo! Making good progress, man. The squat was terrible today. It looked just like a regular squat. It felt like suicide, man. Like the bar, like the way it felt like my back was gonna cave over, that was gonna fall over, and that was gonna get decapitated by 117.5 kilos. Accelerating downwards with massive force. Like, as I was doing this squat, I had a vision that I was going to get decapitated. And then halfway up, I'm like, psych, I'm not going to get decapitated. I'm going to push through, all right? You see my elbows start to shake there. Panic sets in, man. I mean, this looked easy, and it, like, moved easily in terms of bar speed. But it was kind of panicky, man. Because the back strength, I couldn't take it. My back was like, straining all it had. Because, I mean, man. Well, I was about to say that I wouldn't like to post a video of someone getting decapitated on YouTube. But I think that would be the least of my concerns. Because a dead person can't really make YouTube videos. But, yeah. This video is a lot darker than I intended it to be. Like, seriously, I thought there was a legitimate possibility that I was going to be decapitated by a barbell. So that's pretty intense, man. Whew, I could have died. Whatever. Back off squats went really well, though. My regular just fucking 117.5 was shitty, but the back off work was solid as fuck. And next week, I'm probably going to do some serious back off work with 100 kilos. But I don't want to get cocky because on Monday, I'm not going to want to lift because, you know, I run on Sundays and that just destroys you for several days and you have to train through that fatigue until it goes away. 62.5 kilo overhead press. Boom! Not that slow. I mean, it's borderline. I think I could get 2.5 more kilos on a good day. So I'll be sure to gain some more weight over the weekend, get a bit beefier, even more bloated. Yeah. See if I can lift 65 next week and as well as 95 on the bench press. Yeah, man. I'm making solid gains at this point. I'm closing in on that magical 100 kilogram bench press. Although that isn't the goal for this training cycle, the goal for this training cycle is 105, and the goal for this year is 120. So my goals are well beyond 100, but 100 is still a very big lift, and it's a big milestone to hit. It doesn't necessarily symbolize a unusual level of strength. It just symbolizes a big milestone. Once again, 100. Like, no one out here is being called a super athlete because they can bench 100 kilos. There are plenty of guys that don't even lift, that are walking down the street right now, big guys that can bench press 100 kilos any day of the week. I myself have 2 classmates who can bench press over 100 kilos. So benching 100 really isn't anything super special, but it's the kind of lift that just ticks, man. It's like 180 kilo deadlift. It just, boom, it just feels nice. It's like a perfect number. It's like a 4-plate deadlift, you know? Same kind of thing. Yeah, so my goals are well beyond that, but my sights are beyond that, but 100 is going to feel damn good if I can get it. So I'm going to make sure to keep putting this weight on, not worry about my abs because I already have abs. Obviously here I'm not flexing my stomach, but I do have abs if I do flex my stomach, so whatever. Even if I lose my abs, I'm not too worried about it, but most likely I'm not going to lose my abs because the end goal weight for this year is 83. The goal for this training cycle is 80. So I already weigh over 77. So less than 3 kilos of weight, of which maybe 1.5 or 1 kilo, something like probably 1 kilo is going to be fat. Maybe 0.5 kilo fat. So I'm not worried about it, man. And I actually wasn't as bloated today as I've been the previous days. It depends on what kind of food you eat dictates like how bloated I am. But by the way, guys, when I say bloated, I don't mean it in the sense of some like gut inflammation. I just mean it in the sense of like you eat a shit ton of food and your stomach looks like a gigantic watermelon. You know, you look like you're pregnant. You have a 6-month food baby. Yeah, and today I really didn't have that. I mean, my stomach was protruding a bit, but not unusually much because we ate tabbouleh with falafels. I don't know how you say that in English. Like, that's just stupid, man. Try to say some. I don't even know what language that is from originally. I know it's a Middle Eastern kind of thing. Yeah. At any rate, it was some good, nice food, but I didn't eat like truckloads of it as I ate yesterday's nice fatty food. Don't need to tell you guys what it was, but yeah. We're eating good here in the Sandval household. We're getting big and strong, or at least I am. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Whatever. Okay, what am I even doing here? I'm doing rows. Okay. These rows went better today. My shoulder didn't feel terrible today. Both the rows and the chin-ups were basically completely pain-free, to the point to where I didn't even think about my shoulder at all during the sets. So yeah, I can call that pain-free. My shoulder, as I'm sitting here, it feels like kind of fucked, but it feels like the pain's like moved around a bit to a different muscle maybe, because the old place in my shoulder that these used to hurt on, I can't feel it anymore on these. But, you know, everybody gangster until the pain returns. So I'm going to wait out with saying that my shoulder's cured for at least a week or two before I kind of make the big realization that the shoulder is fine. I'm talking about shoulder, chin-ups. I didn't even get shoulder pain on the chin-ups today, which I got that yesterday. Wait, let me see. Okay, I'm going all the way down. Because sometimes if you skip the bottom, you don't get that shoulder pain necessarily. We'll see. I think I'm going all the way down. Yeah. I'm not really short stroking these reps, but they could be cleaner in terms of how far down I'm going, so. Probably there's some unconscious mechanisms there that are trying to protect my shoulder. So I'll see if I can go a bit deeper on tomorrow's chin-ups. By the way, guys, there you can see the 6-month food baby. Yeah, it doesn't look the best, man. Especially with the kind of posture that I have. But you know what? It's a part of the process, man. I mean, do you want to bench 100 kilos or not? Do you want to be like a shredded teenager? Like, that's pretty common. Or do you want to be a buff teenager, a jacked teenager? Right? There aren't many jacked teenagers around the world. There are far more guys with skinny packs than there are guys with just beefcake biceps and chest and backs and big glutes and legs. Yeah, I'd rather be that big guy, man. Because abs really doesn't prove anything other than the fact that you have a low body fat. Alright? I mean, people who say that abs shows athleticism are just dumb. Like, your leanness is not a metric of your athleticism. Right? If you want a example of this, look at Andy Ruiz, and look at Tyson Fury. And look at Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is an MMA fighter. He was a light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. Incredible fighter. He's retired now. Working as an analyst for the UFC, but he was fat, man. I mean, he looked like a guy who lifts a bit of weights, or lifts a lot of weights, and eats way too much KFC. That's what he looks like. And he destroyed guys. Even with his cardio was phenomenal. Look at Andy Ruiz. Knocked out Anthony Joshua. Now, Joshua beat him in the rematch, but Andy Ruiz was still fat as fuck when he beat up Anthony Joshua. I mean, I don't know what his body fat was. Well over 25%. I mean, I can't remember how fat he is off the top of my head, but I mean, he probably had like 27, 28, 30% body fat when he beat Joshua. I mean, he was fat, man. And then you got the third guy on the list, who I forgot now, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, he's a tall guy. He's not that fat. He's also a boxer, but he does not look like a super athlete, which he is. Right? Compare that to Deontay Wilder. He knocked out Deontay Wilder in the rematch. Right? He beat Deontay Wilder by decision in the first fight, knocked out Deontay Wilder in the second fight. Right? Knocked out the Deontay Wilder who looked way better than he did. I mean, from like a bodybuilding perspective. So we need to recognize these things, and the amount of kilos of fat you have, really, it's relevant for your health, but it's pretty irrelevant for your athletic performance. Because a couple kilos extra really isn't going to affect your cardio unless you're lazy with the cardio. And that's another thing too, like guys associate bulking with getting worse cardio, which is really stupid. And the reason people associate it with that is because they stop doing cardio in a bulk, right? You'll know what you guys do, you stupid people. What you do, or maybe not you specifically listening to this video, sorry if I offended you, but whatever. A lot of guys, they try to cut, and when they cut, they do a bunch of cardio. And then when they bulk, they're like, finally I'm bulking, I don't have to do cardio. Throw the cardio out, right? They start bulking 1 or 2 months in, now their conditioning is worse, and they got a bit of a higher blood pressure from being fat, getting thickened up from the bulk, and then they're eating all this pizza and fucking, like, just terrible shit, man. Pizza and kebabs and good stuff, but yeah. Now I'm rambling, but basically, guys, if you're bulking, do cardio while you're bulking, right? Because you have the recovery to recover from cardio. Trust me, I know this firsthand. I just finished 10 minutes and 50 seconds of jump rope in a row, and obviously that's not my best cardio metric ever, but cardio is improving, so along with the strength. So yeah, the body weight gain is doing me good, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video. Let's see if we can deadlift 147.5.